Greetings of the day to all our viewers. My name is Prapreet Singh.
And I am Haroop Kaur, and today we are graced by the presence of Miss Ishita Mathur for the fourth episode of UPSSP Student Chapter's podcast, Spotlight.
Spotlight is an initiative started by the UPSSP student chapter to bridge the gap between academia and industry by creating a platform for exchange of dialogue and experience between eminent industry professionals and students.
Established in the year 2009, the chapter has been pushing forward with the drive to elevate the standard of excellence to unprecedented heights. And in recognition of our extensive efforts, we have been conferred the SP Gold Standard Award for 3 consecutive years, along with the Presidential Award for Outstanding Student Chapter for 7 consecutive years, and the Student Chapter Excellence Award for the year 2021 by the SP International. The chapter conducts a plethora of events throughout the academic year. Each event seeks to provide a unique opportunity for the budding future professionals to augment their caliber, thereby staying true to our motto of enhancing competence.
On that very note, I would like to introduce our guest for today, Ms. Ishita Mathur. Ma'am is currently working in the capacity of a production engineer at Schlumberger and is also a member of SP International's Young Member Engagement Committee.
She obtained her bachelor's degree in petroleum engineering from her alma mater, UPS Dehradun. She is one of the most recognized faces amongst the SP International Young Member Engagement Committee.
And that is an undying testament to her industrial demeanor and expertise. It is indeed an honor, ma'am.
Firstly, thank you for the introduction, and I'm glad to be part of the Spotlight series. And I would like to congratulate both of you and the chapter team members for taking such initiatives and reaching out to the industry professionals even in these difficult times.
I would now like to establish the quorum for today. Our discussion shall be themed on digital oil field, the advent of the silicon age. So, can we start, ma'am?
Sure.
So, moving on with the first question for today's session. For the past few years, you have been lending your services to Schlumberger as a production engineer. What are the responsibilities that come with this role, and how has your experience been as one?
So I would like to start when I joined Schlumberger after graduating. I joined the Pune Technology Center, and I have been working here for a little above 2 years now. And Pune Technology Center is a global hub that serves our clients worldwide and on various solutions and product lines that we have. This makes it a very dynamic place to be working in as you get to work on a variety of projects and for very different clients like Chevron, Aramco, Petronas, and many more. Now coming to my job role, the production engineer is that I'm working for is to support the ongoing projects with these clients. It includes the application of my domain knowledge and the experience of working on our softwares like Petrel, Olga, OFM, PipeSim, and many more to provide these solutions. So what I'm doing on a daily basis keeps changing as the projects are delivered, but primarily it is problem solving and making sense out of data. And my experience in Schlumberger has been amazing. The work culture here is great. The employees are treated like assets. And there's a defined learning curve for each and every one who joins at entry level. We have learning centers or schools, you can say, in France, US, and UAE, where we get to attend our trainings to learn and enhance our skills. There are like plenty of opportunities available for everyone in the company with cross-functional teams and to face clients, which provides a great impetus to one's overall personality. So lastly, to sum it up, it is a great place to work and I'm really enjoying it.
Okay, ma'am. So moving on to the second question. Digital oil field is typically a new model to optimize production, and with that comes several perceptions. What, according to you, can be a universal conception of the same? In addition, what additional job opportunities will it create in the oil and gas industry?
I believe digital oil field is the next wave of digital transformation. It basically involves the design and deployment of integrated workflows. Digital Oilfield combines the business process management with the IT and advanced engineering to automate the tasks and improve the efficiency of the day-to-day operations of an oil field. The major aim of digital oil field is to automate the execution of tasks by use of advanced software and data analysis techniques. A digital oil field can be set up around a variety of themes such as operational efficiency, production optimization, collaboration and decision support, data integration, workflow automation, and many more. So any of these themes could be the objective of or behind the transition towards the digital oil field. So I will take the example from my experience that I worked on for one of our clients in Southeast Asia. It was a digital oil field solution, and we designed, developed, and deployed several workflows for them for routine production and well testing operations for steady state production surveillance. It was an on-premise solution that was based on monitoring, visualization, optimization, and the diagnosis of data to enable quicker analysis and reduce the overall effort by automating the entire process. With that, we also developed a modular solution that focused on well, reservoir, network, and asset surveillance by analyzing the data in our softwares like Olga, PipeSim, and production data management softwares like Avoset. Overall, these modules had above 80 workflows, which were specific to scenarios like well rate estimation, gaslit optimization, and many more. I believe the major advantage of digital oil field that it offers is that once the automation has been successfully implemented, there is a significant reduction in the manual effort and the associated cost. Now, like coming to the second part of your question, as far as the jobs are concerned, other than the typical petroleum job roles like the production engineers and reservoir engineers, there's a big involvement now of IT and digital related job roles like developer, architects, data analysts, and system engineers now. Yeah.
Agreed, ma'am. That will indeed create a lot of job opportunities compared to the current scenario of oil and gas industry. So moving on with the third question for today's session. Each site has its own unique set of considerations which determine how effective or ineffective the transformation will be. Digital transformation is new to this industry. So how can we analyze whether it would be economically feasible to adapt to it or not?
Let us take a step back and look at the transformation that we have seen in the industry from manual to digital. Initially, oil fields were run entirely based on manual effort. The data was recorded by the engineers and technicians by visiting each and every well to their fields in their notebooks. But later, there was adaptation of technology, more specifically the remote operations. Wells and fields were equipped with the instrumentation systems like sensors that enabled remote monitoring. And with that, SCADA and DCS became the normal way of monitoring. And simultaneously, the industry also migrated to software for data analysis as the new age solutions came in and which were able to provide the results in much lesser time. The simulations and optimization scenarios are now an easy task thanks to the availability of such solutions. This basically, I believe, underlines two things. First is that the technology helps to produce better results in much lesser time. And second, there is investment needed to build the infrastructure for any technology. Whether the digital transformation would be economically feasible or not depends on the size and scale of the operations. Like the number of wells, the volume of production, the workflows deployed, etc., are all important parameters to be considered. This helps determine the value generated by adaptation of digital solutions. And Additional to that, an important thing to note here is the total cost of ownership. Like what does it cost a company to completely deploy a digital solution? So we have like licensing fee, maintenance cost, training cost, and majorly the capital expenditure. But it can only be determined if the transformation is beneficial or not when you compare the value generated from that versus the total cost of ownership. These days, the cloud-based solutions are available that are significantly reducing the cost of ownership and making it easier for companies to adapt digital transformation. And I can share an example from my personal experience. It is one of a project that we are currently working on with a US-based international major. Since they have operations all across the globe and they wanted to streamline their subsurface data and allow smoother collaboration from each and every of their business unit across the globe. So our team is currently working on migrating their subsurface data from each business unit to Delphi, which is the Schlumberger's cloud-based E&P environment. Now, to understand the scale of the operations, you should know that they have more than 2,000 petrol users and who have like over 1.5 petabyte of seismic data, which gives us a good idea of the scale and justifies the migration to cloud. So similarly, I think every organization can compare the value generated by digital transformation with their cost of ownership and decide whether or not to adapt to the digital transformation or not.
Okay, ma'am. So now moving on to the next question. As you have been in the industry for quite a few years now, how has your view of the oil and gas industry changed from when you were a student and now actually being a part of the industry itself?
So I would say that my understanding of the oil and gas industry has evolved with experience. When you enter the industry and start working hands-on, you realize that what actually goes into producing oil and how an organization actually works. And there are new learnings every day. As more the projects you work on, the better understanding you will develop of the reality. So let's take an example. When I was in college, the end of oil used to be a very big and a hot topic of discussion. Everyone would be like, the oil would finish by 2040 and there would be no jobs and whatnot. But reality is, as of now, we just cannot sustain without oil. And every oil company around the world is focusing on adaptation of technology to drive efficiency and the optimization of their production. Like as students, we have very limited vision because there is not enough access to the real data and the real world scenarios. But as working professionals, you start to appreciate and understand the enormity of the industry. And with that, I also feel that these thoughts have shaped my views as well on this. Yeah.
So moving on with the last question for today's session, would you like to throw some light on the applicability of what we study in our college life and what we need to actually do in those circumstances which we have been studying in theory till now?
The classroom learnings can provide only a limited exposure of the oil and gas industry with the books that we read. And when you are in college, the theory teaches you only the basics. The application part of those concepts is majorly missing. So while you study the well-test equations, for example, you would not understand how they are applied and what are you expected to do with them. But when you start to work, you have unlimited access to the real world scenarios. You have well data with you. You can go to the field and see for yourself. You have access to softwares and can run simulations on them. And that's when you learn the application of theory. So let's say as a student, you are memorizing the well-test equations, but at work, you just have to select the right model into the software and the software will do all the work for you. So in our focus in classrooms is majorly to learn the concepts, but while at work, it is more on the lines of application and the interpretation of those concepts. So I would say the on-job trainings and learnings are extremely important, and all graduates should make it a point to keep their ears and eyes open when they enter the industry and try to grasp as much as possible. And with that, I also urge people to understand how the theory turns into practical. Yeah.
And with that, we have elapsed our time for this discussion. It was indeed an honor for us to have interacted with you today.
I would like to extend a token of gratitude on behalf of the entire UPSSP student chapter to ma'am. And I am sure that our viewers could take something back from this conversation we had. Once again, thank you, ma'am.
Thank you so much
ma'am.
for having me. Thank you.